Yes, we took around. We paid for the underground tour. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you. Don't know where to start. Can't really make it out. You see, as I stand closer, you feel my reflection shining. So isn't there really heavy books? Very thick books. Let's have a look at the environment. So coal tips. So that's what it looks like there. A little bit of sculpture there, handmade, as you can see. A bit more sense if I can, just put my feet up there and go in there, put my feet back down. There's no damage going to be created. Right, so let's have a look what this says here in, where's number 7? So I think 7 was up there. So we've done 7, we need to go to number 8. Just trying to find number 8. So they've got a screen here, but they've not put that on, so I don't know what that'll be. So it's the wheelchair and the men's baths. So the wheelchair is only from £20. It would have been used in the medical room and pit-head baths at the Cambarian Colliery. This object has been conserved by students at Cardiff University. That's interesting. So this was the unofficial name of the medical centre bath that would have been used when there had been an injury or fatality underground. The bath would have been filled with water and the injured miner would be slowly lowered into the water by releasing the stretcher using the restraints on the side of the bath. This process would ensure that the miner was cleaned up before leaving the colliery, perhaps the very last time. This was the actual bath used at Lewis Merthyr Colliery. Today the bath services are a stark reminder of each and every man who gave up his life to the South Wales coalfield. This object has been conserved by students at Cardiff University. So that's the bath they do that they would use for the miners. That's pretty interesting. You don't see that every day. I'm still trying to find number 8. This is this one here. That's really annoying.
Is that it?
No, I'm trying to find number 8. Otherwise I got to do number 9 instead. That's number 11 there. That's display cabinet. I actually don't know where number 8 is. Unless there isn't a number 8. 4, 5, 6. Done 7 up there, so that has to be 8, but they didn't put that as 8. Right, that would make sense. Found it in the end. Bit of logical sense in it. So in this cabinet then we've got a soap. That's what it looks like there. So that goes along with the bath that we just saw. Glass bottles are strictly prohibited in the baths. That's a rather large book, and the writing on it I can't really make out, so I can make out some words. So it says employed to write in number 8 and some other things. So we've got the members' contribution card. And in that plaque then, this plaque is dedicated to the Belvin boys conscribed work in the coal miners of South Wales of 1943 to 1948. Miners Netship and the South Wales Miners Federation, Coal Trade of Monmouthshire and South Wales. So I can't get any closer than that, really, I'm afraid. So it's apologies for my reflection. Let's have a look at the information. So number 2 then is the Samaric jug. That's got a person on it. A picture of Right Hong. So if I scroll all the way down there, so which we have for number 18. That was that massive book. It is the Women's Labour Party Minute Book, acting as president in 1920 to 1930. Mining legacy. Let's have a look at the environment. So coal tips. So that's what it looks like there. Tyler's Town landslide. The Welsh and UK government set up a joint coal tip safety task force to assess the immediate status of disused coal tips in Wales. So that's what it says there. So it's good to see what's the impact on the environment. Let's have a look at the community. So we will work our way up, everybody. As you can see the photographs there, we'll work our way out to have a look around there. So over the museum was established, the Friends provided vital support to the site, fundraising, hosting events and planning group trips. That's what it says there then. So let's have a look in this cabinet. Black Gold, the story of coal. Museum trio to dig into mines past. Dustfield. Desert Pit Top, as he and the fellow workers were named at pit bottom for 5 days in protest of the closure of the colliery. Lewis Merthyr, September 1983, oil paint on the Welsh slate, painted the Robin of Fowl, South Wales, 1989. So we've got a bit of an axe there. Looks like an axe. So that would be a headlamp there. In memory of those who left their lives as a result of the Lewis Merthyr colliery disaster, 22nd November 1956. And that looks like a really big rock. I can't really tell what it is because there's no light around here, so can't see any clearer than that. So that last cabinet would be in the middle. Try not to fall asleep in the museum, David. So down the bottom then that would be number 10. So this is 11, so I do apologise. Because I think they need to label the cabinets a bit more clearer, because otherwise people will be going back and forth, and they just don't know what number they'll be at in the end. So let's have a look then, because it's quite a very big cabinet, this one is. So welcome to 2.9 Pit Bottom. That's a drum there. Looks like one. And that's the little bit of sculpture there, handmade, as you can see. So it says here then the Grammar School Railway Collection. Object loan for the Doncaster School Railway Collection Trust. Yeah, quite a lot of items there. So let's see what number 9 is. That's a model of a typical colliery town such village. This also includes other buildings such as a chapel, pub, a grange, miners' houses. Pretty interesting. So what number that is at the top, I can't work it out. So that would be 13 or 13. Mouse trap. And the trap reads no water, mouse. I found it by John James. Yeah. Ah, pretty interesting stuff. I don't know.
It's slow one, eh?
Oh, the snow. Oh, I see it now.
That's the long we've been yet.
No, I think it's on going on to standby. I think. Yeah, no, I finished all the information. I just thought we look at the touch screens.
We got all that outside to do yet.
Yeah, I know. As I said, I finished the cabinets there. Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, I was looking around to see what's on the touch screens, but that's not really important, I suppose. So let's go to the next place. Oh, that's a little movie tape there to it. Looks like one. Interesting what's in these walls. You know, these cameras. I think they're on the side. Oh, they have got a tea room there, viewers, as you can see. Let's see if we can get out. There you go. Courtyards, exhibits and outdoor seating. Yeah, it's not a bad day for it though, viewers. It's quite breezy out, so it makes it even more enjoyable because there's nothing wrong than having a bit of fresh air, shooting the breeze. His Master Voice Products. There you go, co-op sign there. So we got the telephone box for there. As you see, I mean, you don't see many of these about now in the country. If anything, now they're being reused. I wouldn't have thought so, dude. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, so you see them now, but you don't see them in this form. Like you only see them in defibrillators and things like that. So, as I said there, so it says there, 2 of the 7 women who found it from Aberdeen, the guide pilled an important role in early campaign organisation for women's rights. As you can see there. No, I don't think this door's open. I think that's just for show. So there is. Oh no, it is open. Oh. That's back into the museum that we came. Huh. I never knew that. So as you can see, I can't go in the telephone box. There's no entry because there's no handles for me to feasibly go inside. So it says pay phones, a wide design services, emergency calls, not insert any calls, lift receiver and listen for dialing tones. That's how those types of phones works. Dial 0, ask it's changed for fire, police or ambulance. So that's the phone. A separate 20 license is required for a sound broadcast. Receiver fitted in a car. So I think that's probably pirate radio. You know, it's going back some decades, isn't it, really? But that's really interesting to see a sign like that there. So it says please look in the book. So a phone book, so that's the phone books there, then the numbers, so pay phones. So yeah, basically what I just read out really. Just gives you an indication of how when you enter phone boxes you've got the standard taxi numbers and things. So what I'll do is I'll pop it on my phone phone camera in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so I know it's in portrait viewers, I apologise. Yeah, so I gotta put my camera like that, I'm afraid. But yeah, so you'll see the recording on the phone there, so you'll get an idea of what them pay phones, posters looked like, you know. Yeah, so just gives it more clearer. To finish off, I'll do a little bit of a landscape like that. Look. There you go. So that's what it says on my phone, if you can see it on the action camera. So yeah, let's continue our walk, I guess. I was wondering where Nick and Dave went then. He's not there at the bottom. Do it. I went through that door right there on the side by there. You could have literally came through that way. It was back in that room we just left. Yeah, I know. Well, no. You know, I thought it'd be a room about that, you see. I didn't think it was just about the door that we left, the room that we've seen already. So we've got all the chairs here. This visitor centre was opened by R.T. Hon, Peter Walker, MP Secretary of State for Wales on 11th of September 1989. So that's why all these, I think they're probably broken or outdoor chairs. I don't know, there's a lot of them. I mean, I think what it is, viewers, personally, I do think that they put them here because there's no other places to put them. But as you can see, it's just a lot of furniture, and that could potentially block a potential fire exit there, unless that's what could be a feasible one. But no, I don't know much about that industry, but I'm just assuming that they are going to be, you know, could be liable for blocking an exit. So this is the I generally don't know what it is, viewers, but as I get closer I will find out where it is. So it is a power loading shearer and loader. So Panzer, the walking clocks, clocks, dreams, shoveled loader. So there are the pictures there, as you can see, and this is it from this angle. So I'm hoping the low sun doesn't really affect the visibility of it, so I've got to do it bits at a time really, because a lot, you know, is a really long piece of equipment, bit of history, and it stretches quite a distance. So it's really hard to get all in one on the action camera, so I will use my phone in a second, so you can see it all, or most of it at least, all in one. So this is the so we'd like to thank you the following who have funded or sponsored work on exhibits at the park. A special thank you is given to all members of the local community for their help, advice and support. So we've got Mid Glamorgan, Rodner, Welsh Developer, Welsh Tourist, Stockboard, South Wales Electricity, National Power, Friends of the Rodner Park, British Coal, and University of Wales College, Cardiff. So quite a lot of members there who's given this park a bit of support, a bit of funding to keep it active and keep it going. That's good. And then just in the rear, got a massive tower all the way up. Now, if that was possible, and if I could go all the way up there, probably would take me about 4 weeks, because it's such a long way up to go up there, you know, and seeing it all the way up from that height, that would have been terrifying actually, because that would have been a height and a half, and there, that would frighten me. You know, frighten anybody really, going up for about 90 feet. But yeah, it would have been cool though. Would have been cool, but a little bit too much at the same time. You know, so phone camera then. 3, 2, 1. hopefully everybody the pictures I'm taking can get all in one for you. That's good, isn't it? Ah, no. Thing is, it's that long, I can't really get all in one photograph. So I've seen that bit there, so that stretches quite a distance. So let's see what this part is. Have you seen that do it? Is there loads or anything else in between there, look? All the way stretches all the way down. And I made a joke, right, dear, do you know if you liked heights, would you go up all the way that big massive thing? I said if it would take you about 4 weeks trying to get to the top. Oh God, that's really dangerous. Down by there?
Down by there. See that door down there?
Oh right, yes.
The furthest door, see it?
Yeah.
You just pull it off and going in there.
Oh right. Well, I would assume it would be all open.
I said, what you was about, are you? Or? Oh, they told me on the camera that somebody just went in there. He said, everybody in there? I said, come up there. Oh, they told me on there, they're not allowed to go in there, they said. I said, what are you saying? Well, shut the door, didn't he?
No, just put a sign up.
Then they go.
Well, I mean, probably only doing what he's got told to do, David, you know what I mean? So these are... Oh. So what are these I've seen in front of you now then? I'm trying to think. They're coal busters. I don't know what they can be referred as. Coal bunkers. That's the word I'm looking for, viewers. See, bit of brain fog there. So they're all the coal bunkers. So we're going to work our way gradually through the site. So they're a winder with rope on it. So you know, I mean, I'm not trying not to be curious on purpose, viewers, but it's just like I know most about mining things, otherwise I wouldn't really film these sites, but it's just some objects like you can see in front there, I just don't know what they do, what their aim is, but it's good just to see it, you know, all of it preserved anyway, even despite my knowledge of it being slightly on the poor side a little bit. That's why we're relying on all their history boards to give us that little bit of insight, rather than making it frustrating for us trying to provide these sort of educational but at the same time fun videos for you viewers to watch, you know. So yeah, this is where we're at the site. A bit of a hole there. So I'm trying to get it all in one there. See if that works. So yeah, we've got all them corned off there, so that technically implies that there's no reasonable entry, or you know, no entry for us to go past. So that explains that little rope there, which is understandable. So can't go through there, but we can go around it anyway. So I think they're on a guided tour there down the bottom, something that we didn't get asked if you wanted one. So here then is a building. Access to building is part of guided tour only. So that explains what they're receiving now as a guided tour. So that's why you know, it makes sense to pay for a guided experience. That's why they locked some of the parts you can't see. So it does make sense. I mean, you can't have anything for free on the plate. You've got to do your part and fund them a little bit to get all get the full experience, you know. Do it. At the start, the visitors are on the guided tour now down the bottom. They didn't ask if he wanted one. It's like, does it come free or part of an extra? No, that's why they lock some of the buildings, because they expect you to give them a ticket, you know, for to fund it, like, you know. Yeah. So that's that room there. I'm not gonna. I'll say that's really true in the video, in the window viewers. Look at that. A cheeky in it, but why not? Anyway, that's probably what you can see there. I'm gonna do it for every video, because not every video, every part of it, because it's not being fair then to them, is it really? But they got nice seating outdoor seating now. So in this sort of good weather today, it is nice to have a bit of, you know, catch your breath back before you proceed to go further into the site. And this part here, oh, we've got steps to go down there, actually, I think we're allowed. But that's what we can see when we do go down there in a moment. So we got lots of benches here, so, you know, quite like picnic tables, which is good. I don't know why I stood on my shoe, viewers. I don't think it's any gum. Hopefully not, because I can hear my shoe crunching. So I think we've got to go. I think we'll go up. So you're not allowed to go up, but we do it?
There's no access, is there?
Oh yeah, for an unauthorised personnel.
Need the door open.
Well, try doing me a favour. You have it.
Yeah, well done.
No, that's how it should be done.
Did you lock him in, though?
No, it's not locked, it's just they gotta push it up. You know, you can't leave open doors like that. Done them a favour, really, do it, you know? That's why I look at it anyway. So we can't go up there for our tour. Don't think the tour goes up there anyway if it says no access. So this is what from the side, I guess. I mean, unauthorised means like non-ticket holders. It could mean anything. You know, it could just be staff only. It could be a mixture of viewers, you know. Because it says no access, it could be limited exceptions, you know, or non-exceptions, or none at all, you know, one of them. Got the old holes there to give the old garden a wash. Do it. They got some fuel canisters here, do it.
Yeah.
Fuel cans. All left on the side. I think that probably gives it a bit more of a vintage touch, you know. So I think we've got to go down there now in a sec. But yeah, for what we got for free though, viewers, I think we can't really complain really. I mean, you know, we had an insight of what it's about, you know, and saw some stuff that you don't see every day, you know, in the cabinets and whatnot. So I don't know what structure's up there. Maybe it could be. See, no access for unauthorised persons, and yet again, he still left it open. Look, now that would be a bit more way of how to lock it, you know. Otherwise, if it's just open, people could be blind or partially blind, and they could think that's a part of it, you know. So again, I've done them a favour again. Should we go down then? Well, I'll go down. You can follow me if you want to do it. or we can just sit there and chill. So you're down these steps. We've got a bit of a red door, which we've seen probably up there, I think, or similar red door. And there's a fire exit for all them bricks. Nice red little pipe. All the way up there, look. And what I'll do, before I go any further, I don't want to take a photo, you know, for my video graphic at the front cover. So before I go any further and I forget, because no doubt I will do that now. They might have gone the other way around now, so that's fine. Hopefully they don't go on the reception and the cameras and, have you seen this man with a camera? You know, we've lost him. Yeah, so I want to go, where's the best place? I think up by here, I think. To get a bit of a picture. I think that looks good. It's good enough anyway. I try to get the backdrop in. Trying to get it where I want to, you know, where I want the best part of it to be. Right, anyway, let's continue. So on the side over here then, got lots of steam coming up there. That's all the coal there, look. And on the side there, I think I showed you that just now, didn't I? So up here then we've got this white building. It is locked, so you can see. And we now go into this part here. So we got all that waste, I think, down by there. Got pallets and all sorts just left around there, not doing much. Perhaps that's another storage for them to use. Anyway, for the camera viewers, as you can see, is an open door, no entry. So I'm gonna.
There's no entry to the same one as the other one you told me off.
Is it?
No,
Look.
don't go in if you told me off, isn't it?
So it does say no access at the far end, but then this part is open. So again, I don't get it. You know, if you can partly enter here and you can't go any further, what's the point of leaving it open like this? But I don't work here, but it don't make any sense. I mean, having some signs would be beneficial for the visitor, but again, there isn't any. But it does say when you go in there anyway, no admittance or no access, because I've seen it myself. Had it not been the case, I would have chanced it, because at the end of the day, if you don't see anything to indicate you're not permitted to be there, how are you supposed to know? You know, it's a no-brainer view, isn't it? If I go by here and angle it upwards, it could be a bit of a better picture. Picture. Hopefully that did well. So come up then to everybody to this little machine here. I want to say digger, but that's probably an incorrect term for where it is. I think as we go further down we might be able to see where it is. So as you can see there, then they just came out that way, so that could be the underground tool. It's a perfect example. So by here then we've got the 492 Marley Colliery. Then they could have a better system in place of yours, where they can maybe check if you paid, rather than just saying no, we're not supposed to be there. That's if it's for purchased areas only. That makes sense. Got a bit of the old flower tree there, you know, flower plant made into this little recycling bin. Pretty cool, isn't it? So look now from this side. You know, I like how it is on the top though, viewers, you know, how it's all covered, very well maintained, preserved, in our case, no steel, keeping it up, keeping it in bay. So I'll look at the top there now in a second. So there's more information down there which I'll have a look at. So we're still not quite finished our tour yet, still lots to see. And again, viewers, just so you know, there's a there. Yeah, so as you can see there, viewers, look, a door was visibly open, ajar, so anyone can literally go in there. You know, it's not even locked at all. Because I don't know. You know, it's not the purpose of really to find faults, but how they can actually improve their site, you know. So got a bit of a cool little yeah, so for your own safety, please not climb on the yard of the object. So what I would say is a digger, viewers, or a tractor of some sort. That's how it could look like back in the 1800s, because you've got the claw thing there. So I am going to go with the belief that's where it is, because it doesn't say anything else, because, you know, to think that it's something else. I think we've got the pipes there at the end. So I stood on this little wall here, so you can see a bit better. And they zoom in a little bit. Now you can just about see what we just walked through there. So here, please not climb on the objects, but we can have a look in here, surely. So, well, I don't know, it's a bit of a funny one, viewers. It says not to climb, but logically, if I put my foot there and I put my foot there, I'm literally on here, so well, I don't know what the problem is. Unless it's just to preserve it, I think. You know, if they don't want you to climb on it. But logically, for my own safety, you know, I can actually look after my own safety, really. If I know that it isn't going to break, or if I know there's going to be no damage caused, well, I don't know why I can't have a look at it from the in-person view, you know, as if I'm there with this camera, because as you can see, I'm recording and I'm not actually in there, so gives you a bit of an indication at least, but just makes a bit more sense if I can, you know, just put my feet up there and go in there, put my feet back down. There's no damage can be created, but I won't anyway, because we don't do that. But it's just annoying though, because, you know, Spud Boys, Mike, as you know, I do watch this content a lot, he would ignore that sign potentially and just go up there and think, you know, yeah, I can go in there, you know, there's no damage going to be created. But until it happens and then you've damaged something, not Mike Haydal obviously, but any YouTuber who does it, then the fault would be at your own risk, wouldn't it? I can sort of see where they come from, but it's annoying, viewers. It's frustrating. I want to be able to go in there and do a funny 2-second clip for my YouTube video. Alright, so it's only that side there. And yeah, some information done where they're left to do then. Yeah, I mean, that would be cool for us, isn't it? But at the end of the day, that's what it is, isn't it? You know, you've got to abide by what they say. But they could reword it saying, you know, for your own safety, do so at your own discretion, or if they don't want anyone to do it at all, you know, reword the sign a bit better. That's all they need to do, isn't it? Because I can be a risk taker, you know, knowing the risks myself and why I pose. If I do it, you know, I take that risk up on me, you know. So we saw that on the way down. And I don't think we saw that on the way down. Let me just climb over this rope, just in case I've missed it, because no doubt when I look back on it later I could have missed some parts of it out, and I don't want to do that knowing that I've not filmed it, you know, because if I'm exploring a site like this I want to make sure everything's all on record, you know. So we're now working our way to this side of the building. What, like in the site? So what's way there then, I wonder? A horse? Nay! There you are, Nick, if you could be the delightful camera person, and if you stand by there with it for me, please. I'll guide you necessarily if I know not in the camera shot. Okay, well, I'll put just one cheek on it. A bit forward. A bit down, aim the camera down. There you go. Yeah, that's wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit wet. So here then we got the Colliery Forge. So the Colliery Fairer took care of the horses and pony hoovers. They had to be able to make and adjust metal shoes for the animals and place them on the hoof. This was not the only skill, they needed some veteran skills such as knowing the anatomy of a horse limb. This was because they needed to trim and balance the hooves before placing the shoes on. As coal mining became more mechanized and conveyor belts were used to move coal underground to use the pit ponies. Despite this, it was not until 1999 until the last ponies retired in the South Wales coalfield. They were called Kremlin and Robbie and worked at Pontypridd private drift mining pool. They made a mining pool. They retired at midday on 25th of May 1999. So that's what it says here. I'll have a look now inside it. Nice classic artwork there. I like that. So forging knowledge and partnerships today. Meshheads.org.uk. You can just about see it off camera, just so we can zoom in a little bit, so you can just make out what the third picture is. Only get 2.0 as the maximum zoom on the cameras like these viewers, so it is slightly drawbacking. I mean, they could make it a bit of a 6, you know, but I know that you can do a lot more on a photograph, but when you're doing a video it's not always ideal. because I can just do it on my phone, can't I? You know, but we can't moan at DJI. They do make some powerful equipment. It's just like anything. There's always a drawback in it. Oh, the side. Oh, no, the side. There you go. So hopefully we can see a bit of the old mine in there. Right, so let's proceed to go down then, I guess. Let's see what this little part of it is about. So I think this is a bit of a flower garden by here, of some kind. So October 1939 saw the government introduced the Dig for Victory campaign in Britain. People were encouraged to use any piece of land that they could to grow fruit and vegetables. That was in response to the growing German blockades that prevented flood getting into the county and the eventually rationation of food in July 1940. So that was where you could eat, I think, the preservation of it. So fruit bottling demonstrations. So yeah, that's what it says on this little billboard here. Nigga, are you surprised to read what he said on read what you seen on there? Really good. So let's take you around what this part of it is here then. So it says here, danger of death, keep out. That's what it says there, so you don't want to be killed today. You know, that'd be reckless behaviour. And we don't promote that on this channel, do we? Don't promote any sort of reckless actions, because it would be illegal. And especially when it says a sign like that, you know, it'd be nothing but stupid to even attempt to go anywhere near it, or even open it for that matter. You know, it'd be a bit ridiculous. Nice overgrown tree. No flowers. So these looks like all the twigs, I think. Huh. In the summer. So if you know, whenever you see this video, everybody, I know it won't be anywhere near summer because you'll see it way before then at least. But if you are going to come yourself and you want to see how the progression of that is, come back around then. So what's in this little thing here then? So yeah, it's just a cell. Or a bunker. This is a raid! Get out! Get out! Ah! Well, says them being bombed, so you hear that from Nick then. That is the details of this. And looking out there, look, you can see the comings and goings of the traffic. Help! I'm in a bunker! Somebody come to my aid! Right, so what this says here then. Oh. So the Anderson shelter. That's probably why there's a bit of sand there then. Yeah. The Rodder white bread. And that's the Welsh translation there. And well, that's the English one as well. So here in Wales, most bombings took place in Cardiff and Swansea. Despite this, on the 9th of October 1940, a German plane dropped 3 bombs over Porth. The first hit St John's Church, the second on the mountainside, and the third at a house in High Street. Climber inside the house was Janet Aldridge, his daughter Olive, friend Olive, and evacuee Patsy Broadshaw. So I'm not sure if there's anything else. No, we haven't been down this part because I'll go down towards anyway. Let's just see what's in it. It's a bit nosy, you know. But if I did go down this path, I wonder what will be on the side there. I think it'll be the way out, you know. Obviously not going through the building, but you can probably get out this way. And that's a little path there, look. Stretches down there. There's a gate there. It says no entry, no access by there. That little red door. So I just want to know what's behind it, really. Obviously you're not going to make any access, but you can see it from this way anyway. So here it's just the old storage boxes, I want to say, and some gates as well, so you can form a fence. So it's pretty nosy. Even though I can't make any further admittance to that area, it's good to see what's kept behind it. So I'm not going to go through that path, viewers, because if I did, then it'd be the way out, and when I go through back into the building, I might be able to record something I may have missed, because that's normally the case. You know, watching it back later, and you know, I could have potentially filmed that a little bit of stuff there. Always the case. So there is a path that stretches down there, but I reckon that's just another way out, to be honest. So I think I'll get before we go inside the building, a nice picture with those vehicles, I think, and a bit of that pole up there. Let's see if I can do it. Hopefully I can. Yeah, my pole's now on wide. DJI, don't let me down. Yeah, angle it. Got to get a good angle on it. You know, it'll be like this, you know. That'll have to do. That'll have to do, viewers. You know, I tried and failed. So we're now going to go in the building and see what I may have missed. Oh, what's on this side but here? We'll be in the building now, dude. 2 seconds. I've nearly done anyway. Just going to look in this side little gate by here. See what's here. So that's the way out there, viewers, of the cars and all that's parked there. So I just want to show you what's down here potentially. Because no doubt, everybody, you know, you can see something and it's hidden out of view. So nothing really special by here. You know, all the rocks and stuff, trees covering it over. So that's what's by there. But being curious and nosy, viewers, can actually pay off sometimes. Because when you look around these corners and think, oh, you know, that's cool. You know, you wouldn't have found that had I not seen what it is. There you go. There was nothing down there, dude. I just didn't know at the time. So let's have a look in the building, David, see what we might have missed. Now that we've done the outside. So the cafe is by there, which is called Ratch. I'm going to get a cafe name in. Oh, please wait here for the next German underground thing up there. There's a sign here. It's not there. Come on there. Oh, I'm trying not to bang my head now, viewers. Don't want to be banging my head. I'll have a nasty headache.
What's your name?
I knew it was sorry, inside it. That was empty room. This little brickwork. So yeah, viewers, we didn't purchase anything in the shop this time around. Hold on, what's up here? Didn't say no. Well, I didn't say anything about this side. But I'll take Nick's word on this one. Actually, I'm not gonna. I mean, I could risk it, but being told already what it might be a bit embarrassing for myself, you know. Not like I don't mind that, but it's like, you know, you got to believe somebody else at some point, you know, and what they think that it might be. You know, it could be wrong. You just got to take one for the team, you know. You just got to go with what they might believe it to be. That's what I've done on this occasion. So yeah, viewers, I think we've covered it all now. We've shown everything that we could see. It's been a good visit, been really interesting, and I hope you have enjoyed it yourself. If you have, kindly like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you everybody on the next adventure. Star Vlogs is out.